Hey, what's up, fellas? How you doing, man? Antonelli here.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? How you doing? Man, Antonelli here today, answering your questions and talking about something that I see a lot at youth levels, younger levels of baseball when it comes to practice. Okay, and I want to share a couple of stories from my professional career just to give you guys a little bit of insight into how some of the best players in the game approach practice. So today I want to talk about approaching practice like it's a game. It's something that, in my opinion, not enough young players do. If I think about all the players I work with, from the college players to the high school players, all the way down to 10, 9, 8-year-olds, I'd say 75% or maybe even more of the players don't approach practice like it's a game. Okay? They approach practice like it's, well, I'm going to come maybe, and I'm going to get in some reps. And when the game comes, I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to hit the, flip the switch, and I'm going to be ready to rock and roll. That's the way I see it approached, not by everybody, but by a lot of guys, by far too many players. And the great players, the players that I've seen, that I've played with at the minor league and major league level, do the exact opposite. They approach every practice like it's a game, like they need to make every single play. Okay? What you want to do is you want to approach practice where you are going as hard as you can every single rep, focusing on the little tiny details, trying to get it right every single time so that when the game comes, you can just play. That's when you can just have fun, let it loose, go hard and just play, okay? What a lot of guys do is they go to practice and they want to just kind of have fun, they goof around a little bit, hang out with the boys and, all this stuff. And then the game comes and then it's like, oh, now I got to really focus and I start getting nervous because I don't feel like I'm prepared. It's the opposite. You got to do the opposite. You should approach practice every single rep, like laser focus on every single ground ball. Approach it like it's work, like it's a job, so that when the game comes, you can play free, easy, fast, have fun. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense. I think about guys that I played with. I talk about these stories all the time, and I really think about it when it comes to the defensive side of the ball, but it's offensive side also. But guys like David Eckstein, when I got to be around David Eckstein with the Padres, that guy, I don't remember ever seeing him miss a ball in practice. Every ball he fielded in practice was like Game 7 of the World Series, and he had to have the play. He had to make the play, okay? And there's a guy that didn't have great tools, okay? He didn't have a cannon for an arm. He didn't have elite foot speed. He wasn't this big, strong, physical guy, okay? So everything he did, he had to be efficient with it, and he had to make sure he was doing it properly every single time. He had to make sure that he was doing every little tiny thing in practice that would help prepare him for the game, okay? Steve Lombardozzi, I talk about Steve Lombardozzi every now and then with you guys. That was another guy. I never saw him miss a ball in a game. I played with him for half a year in AAA, and he didn't make a single error. And I don't really remember him missing many balls at all in practice. What I do remember is how pissed he would get when he would miss a ball, right? So you watch a lot of guys in practice, they miss a ball and they're like, oh, whatever. Hit me another one. I missed that one. Hit me another one. Oh, I missed that one. Hit me another one, right? Unfortunately, in a game, there may not ever be another one. So I remember Lombardozzi, like, if he missed the ball in practice, like, he got pissed. He was so mad. He approached it just like he would in a game because, like I said, there might not be that other one. And that one mistake that you make could impact the game. It could hurt your team. It could be the deciding factor between a win and a loss. Okay? And to be able to do that in practice and have that mindset where I'm going to get 100 balls today and I want to field every single ball, all 100 balls perfectly, because I never know, again, in the game when that one ball is going to be the deciding factor between a win or a loss. And maybe it's a regular season game, but maybe it's a game that determines if you move on to the playoffs, or maybe it is a playoff game, or maybe it's a World Series game. So in practice, you're putting yourself in the mindset that you're in the World Series, and that it's a 3-2 game in the bottom of the ninth, and the balls hit you, and you have to make the play if you want to win. Okay? And again, that goes to everything. Defense, it goes to hitting, it goes to working in your bullpens, it goes to your catching work when you're catching bullpens. Like, I see so many catchers at younger levels in bullpens, ball hits off their glove, get another ball, throw it back. Get another ball, throw it back. It can't happen in a game, so why should it happen in practice? Okay, so same thing. Put yourself in the mindset that I've got to receive every single ball. Act like there's an umpire behind me, and act like I'm trying to get every pitch to be called a strike. Every ball that's borderline, I want to get that pitch called for me, for my guy, for my team, for my pitcher. All right? So you should be trying to create ways to make it game-like. And as a coach, that's one thing that I like to try to do. And I try to put some pressure on players and try to make them feel like they're actually in a game. Because in my opinion, not enough players do it. Okay? The really good ones do it. The really, really good players, they're hard on themselves in practice. They demand excellence, perfection every single practice. And it's hard to do, right? I'm not saying that guys do it every single practice of the year, but the good ones do it pretty much very close to every single practice of the year. All right, so think about how you're approaching practice. Just go back in your mind to the last practice, whether it was today or last week or whenever it was, and just think about what was my mindset when I was taking my ground balls? Was I just half-assing it and I missed the ball? Oh, well, who cares? It's just practice. I hear that all the time. Like when I've gotten on guys in practice, they go, "Coach, it's just practice." Well, yeah, it is just practice, and you will play in a game like you practice. So let's practice like it's a game, and we'll be all set, okay? And then at least if you mess up in the game, you can say, I messed up, but I busted my butt in practice that all week. I feel that every single ball like it was a game. And physical errors are part of the game. You're going to make them every now and then. And I can live with it if I know that I put in all the work. But if you didn't put in the work, and you still mess up, well, now it's a little bit tougher to live with. At least it should be. All right. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys. Let me know in the description box below, in the comment section below, how you guys approach practice, and if you agree with that. Maybe you don't. Maybe you feel like there's a better way. Let me know. But that's all I got today. So thank you again for watching. Share the video with all your friends. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Give us a thumbs up. I'd appreciate that. Check out the description box below. We've got a bunch of stuff going on down there. We've got a deal going on with Plate Crate. If you click on the link, type in Antonelli, get 50% off your first Plate Crate. We have our Patreon page, a link to that in the description box. You can click there and help support the channel. And we've got a bunch of other things, so check all that stuff out as well. That's all I got. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I appreciate it, and we'll talk to you later.